Hilsa. All right, so we're going to go over some basic bow stuff today. So if you're watching this, hopefully you've already had your basics on your bow, learned a little bit about it, and have taken some classes on the basics of how to safely handle this particular weapon. So this is kind of a second step training course here. So this will be short and sweet, so hope you enjoy. So we've already gone through our attention, but we'll go over that one more time. So we got the bow with the right hand dominant grip. So our right hand is gripped up. Our left hand is gripped down. You'll see I have 3 markings on my bow. Here is the center. And these are the gripping points that are referred to as thirds. So everything from these 2 grip points through the center, this is your shield, and this is the middle third. Everything from here over and here over are the tip and the heel third. So the tip and the heel third are your weapons, your striking weapons, and the center third is your shield or your main blocking weapon. So I put these marks on here to help learn, and hopefully you have done the same. So again, grab here, and from here we're going to take the heel. It's going to go out, turn under the arm, feet come in, arm comes out, right here by the side. You want to pay careful attention to where the tip of our bow is at. It should not touch the floor, so it should be at a good position that you can do your bow without it touching. And from here, kunye, pilsam. Now to get into our ready position, so we're going to take this hand back under the armpit, right where it was before, grab nice and tight, and then from here, the heel is going to come out, up, we're going to lay it on our shoulder here, and then this top hand is going to come loose, we're going to make a fist, and we're going to step out into our ready position. This is the same ready position that we use in our regular martial art training. So the feet are shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward and feet parallel. The free hand is in a relaxed position, and then the fist is here. This hand is holding the bow. It is pressed against our shoulder. It is not on the floor. We don't want to let our bow touch the floor unless it's purposeful in the execution of a certain technique or pattern. All right, excellent. Now we're about to go into our fighting position. So from here, I'm going to take my hand that's holding the bow, and I'm going to raise the bow up. And you can tell, I'll turn sideways. The more I lift this, the more it wants to push out here. The mechanics of my arm wants to come inward, which pushes the top part outward. So when we're lifting up this bow here, it's coming outward, and then I'm going to take my other hand, I'm going to go over my line of sight, salt. Anyway, I'm going to reach over, I'm going to grab nice and tight, and then from here, I'm going to bring this part out and around from the back. This part here is going to go down, and I'm going to step forward into my fighting position. All right, now that we got that out of the way, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be doing some strikes towards the head area. So we're going to be hitting with the heel or the back part of the staff. We're going to be coming across as we step forward, boom, striking towards the head. All right, here we go. Hada, shit, tool, shit, set, shit, net, shit. Now, moving backwards, so we're going to be stepping backwards and striking towards the head with the heel of the bow. Hada, shit, tool, shit, set, shit, net, shit. All right. Now moving forward, same strike, but this time our target is going to be to the body. So instead of the head here, we're going to be aiming, boom, towards the body. Here we go. hada, shit, two, shit, set, shit, net, shit, hada, shit, two, shit. Now, moving backwards, same thing. Hada, shit, two, shit, set, shit, net, shit, hada, shit. All right. Let me switch my feet back so we start in the same foot position for each one of these. Now we're going to be moving to a knee strike. So we started to the head, we moved to the body after that, and from here, boom, towards the knee. Here we go. Hada, shit, two, shit, set, shit, net, shit, hada, shit. Now moving back, hada, shit, two, shit, set, shit, net, shit, hada, shit. Excellent. So that's our 3 striking positions on our basic bow strike. This is our most simplistic strike, and this is obviously the one we learned first. When we're doing this one also, we want to make sure we follow all the way through, and the side opposite the striking end is going to come all the way through, and it's actually going to hit right here on the arm. The reason why that's important, we don't want the stick coming around and hitting our body here, because our ribs are very delicate, so that's not a good idea. It's kind of hard to hit that way when you're striking towards this side with a right dominant hand, but when you're striking the other way, it would be pretty easy with your downward facing hand to put the stick into your body. So try to avoid that. As you come around, boom, the stick should be coming in to your arm area to stop it. All right, now from there, we're going to do some basic warm-up exercises. So we're going to grip the bow in our center section, and you should have your balanced center section taped off already. And this section might not be the exact center of your bow. It depends on how it was produced and where the weight is. So you just balance this thing on your hand to find your center, and then you mark that. And that's where your center marking is going to go. So again, it may not be the exact measured center of your bow, but it should be the balanced center of your bow. So we're going to grab, and we'll do these for 30 seconds apiece. You're going to put your leading foot in front, the same foot as the hand that's holding the bow, and you're very simply just going to turn your hand around and around. And you want to try to keep a good grip on the bow as you do this. You don't want to let it go and end up holding with your finger, a couple of your fingers or your thumb here. You want to maintain a good grip as you do this. For one, it exercises and it works on your wrist better. And 2, it gives you more control of the weapon, so you don't have to worry as much about it flying out of your hand and hitting somebody or tearing up a object that you're not fond of being destroyed. So, again, when you do this one, we're not going to go a full 30 seconds unless it's already been. But when you do this on your own, you'll want to go for 30 seconds each side, and then you're going to switch. Same thing, just rotating the wrist. Technically, we should have been doing this before we did our striking drills, but we're mixing it up today. That's just what I wanted to do. Again, good rotation of the wrist. And if I go down, I don't know how well the frame count captures that, so I'm going to slow down a little bit. So you can see here, my pinky is actually turning all the way around here, and then I'm coming the other way and bringing the pinky almost in the same position. But when we're doing it with a little force, it'll come all the way up. So it's basically a 360-degree rotation of the wrist. Perfect. All right, now take your bow. Put the center mark right behind your neck. Put your arms over it. We're just going to twist back and forth. Back and forth. Perfect. Continuing on from there. Perfect. Fantastic. And come on. All right, another warm-up exercise, and we're not going to do too many of these because I I don't want to focus on warm-ups. We can do another video for that. And also you can check your member app to find that video if you're registered in the bow staff classes. So bow jacks, very simple, just like a jumping jack. You're going to start with your bow down and your feet together, and then you're going to go here, up with the bow, out with the feet, and then back. And come on. All right, and of course, working on that on your own, you would want to do about 30 to 45 seconds of those particular exercises to warm up the body. And we'll practice more exercises as we go along, but I think that's sufficient for now. Let's see, what else we got to go over today? So we went over these strikes here, very handy strikes. Now we're going to go over some blocks. So from here, remember we were talking about the center third or the middle section of the staff being your shield. So the first block we're going to learn, that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using our staff as a tool to block something that's coming from overhead. So this is if somebody was striking at you in this direction, this is the block that you would use. Even if they were using a fist coming at you this way, they were using a knife, they were using anything that's coming upward or coming downward towards your head, you could use this particular block for. So I'm going to move into actually I'll switch here. Here, I'm in a right front stance, so I'm not mirroring today, so you guys will have to use your imagination a little bit, but step into a right front stance. Again, right hand dominant grip, so right hand facing up, left hand facing down. And then from here, we're going to stay stationary right now, but you can do this while moving backwards. You can do this while moving forward, but right now we're just going to do this from a stationary position. So each count, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up our heel on the front leg, shifting back away, just like we block with our hands. The only difference is this time, instead of using our hand to block here, we're going to be using this staff. All right, here we go. Hada, shift. Tool, shift, set, shift, nut, shift, hada, shift, tool, shift, set, shift, nut, shift. Now I'm going to switch my feet. Same thing from here. So from a standing position, hada, shift, tool, shift, set, shift, nut, shift, hada, shift, tool, shift, set, shift, nut, shift. And bottom quad, switch the feet again. Now, we're going to go on to one more block to finish. This is going to be a mini class, by the way. This isn't a 45, 1 hour class. It's just a quick little mini class. So this is a middle block. This is probably your most versatile and useful block that you'll learn. And it's useful for anything coming at your head, anything coming at your knee, or anything coming in between those areas at the body. So from here, the position of this one, your upward hand, and this one can be done either way, but the way we're going to be doing it now is with our forward hand up. So from here, this hand is bent. Again, it's over our line of sight. We don't want to cover our eyes. And then we're at an angle. So right here, boom, outward angle. And then we would use our body to move this. So just imagine that your hands are fixed. They're like welded together. They cannot move. And you move your body to do the block. So if something was coming from this side here, from this position here, I would intercept it and push it past my body line. Boom, boom. And it wouldn't matter again if it was coming here, or coming up here. The action is still the same. So from here, boom, boom. Now let's say something's coming from this side. And again, it doesn't matter which level it is at. Same thing. Here, boom, boom. Shift, shift. Very, very simple. So it works this way, It works this way. You can step forward while you're doing this. So if I step forward from my right front stance into a left front stance, I'm just going to slightly move my bow so it's in front of my leading leg here. And same thing, if something comes from this side, boom. From this side, boom. Very, very simple. And then I can step backwards. So from here, boom, boom. And also, it works in this direction as well. Same thing. So here, boom, boom, boom. Stepping forward, boom, 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 boom. All right, so that's all we're going to cover today. So we have our 3 different level of blocking techniques. We have our middle block, we have our upward block, and then we have some simple warm-up exercises. And we're going to cut this one off there and move on.